Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe the best stories are the ones shared over a glass of wine or a cocktail. Each week, I sit down with women who've said yes to building something meaningful, often after years of putting everyone else first. We talk business, big dreams, and the mess in between. And of course, a few favorite drinks. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots. This week's conversation feels like sitting down with someone you've known your whole life and then realizing you could talk for hours. Aimee Goeman and I grew up in the very small town of Belmond, Iowa, and went to the same church. We really didn't know each other. We were in nearly different generations. Life took us in different directions, through big careers, lots of travel, and plenty of growth along the way. So this conversation felt like a catch-up, but also like a discovery. We talk about the ways small-town roots shape you, corporate careers that look successful on paper but evolve over time, coming home in unexpected ways, and why community and connection hit differently at this stage of life. Aimee feels like someone I've known forever, or at least someone I could easily share long conversations and good wine with. And I think you're going to feel that too. Here is Aimee Goeman. And you're in Belmond.
I'm in Belmond. Yep. We are heading back to Scottsdale New Year's Eve. New
Mhm.
Year's Eve, we always show up at a friend's house on New Year's Eve with a bottle of wine. We're like, hi, we just drove into town. Our stuff's in the car. So you've been doing podcasting. Is this okay? So this whole thing's recorded, video recorded too?
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right. You'll edit out the parts that are weird.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'll leave some of them in because those are kind of fun.
Penny, I just drove a tractor for the first time.
I saw that on social media.
And I kept like I ran over a bunny and I was recording, and I edited that
Oh.
out. And then later I went back, I'm like, I'm gonna make a blooper. Put it out there. It's like whatever.
Sorry, bunny.
Oh,
Oh.
now I know how to stop that tractor, but I didn't in the time. So yeah. So
Oh.
anyway, the blooper reels can be kind of fun.
Okay. So let's back up a second. Tell my audience what you do. I know you travel for your job a lot too, right?
Yeah, so I guess I could summarize it by saying I'm in corporate advertising. I'm on the media end of things, and I specialize in social and digital media. So I have a niche where I go and I'm the relatable person between a brand like, I don't know, PepsiCo and influencers that might be
Oh.
content. So my role is to sell in, large campaigns and ideas to bring it to life. I have a team of people that then connect and cast the right influencers. We produce the content, and then we have a media strategy that amplifies that content to people that we know that drink certain kinds of beverages or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So that is my corporate job. I've been in that specific industry for 12 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're the kind of the liaison between all the parties, like the marketing team and the influencers and the
Yeah.
branding. And
So I'm kind of that lead strategy or sales liaison, and then there are
uh-huh.
teams that, do the casting and teams that manage the talent and that kind of thing. So I'll step away
Wow.
once the deal gets kicked off. So my lead role, yeah, is sales on the
Okay.
sales side of the organization.
Have you seen a shift in that too? I feel like influencers are kind of having to change their business model a bit and be a little bit more real.
Yeah. It's been an interesting arc. So, I was 12 years ago is the infancy of influencer, really, is where it started.
Right.
And when we started, we were getting what they were calling test budgets. So you would have our main clientele are CPGs. So anything PepsiCo or J&J Kenvue or General Mills, anything you can buy in a grocery store is who we call on. And so they were using test budgets to be like, "Oh, this is weird and new." And then the arc swung and it's now so mainstream
Yeah.
that we have to measure. We have to be able to measure sales lift
Mm.
on every campaign that we do, like how many incremental units of product did we move,
Oh man.
or that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
It has really changed, and I would say it started out super authentic and raw,
Uh-huh.
kind of swung a little bit to where it was very polished and produced, and now it's kind of swinging back into that not so raw, but more the authenticity is important. Authenticity is important. They call it brand safety. You can't,
Mm.
say certain things or be associated with content that has said certain things. So it's kind of an
Mm.
interesting arc. It changes a lot, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but then the algorithms change. So what went viral last week would be totally different this week.
We don't know what the algorithms are, right? So we think we know.
Right.
We think we put enough content out there we can kind of figure it out, but they don't tell
Hmm.
us what the algorithms
No.
are.
Yeah.
So that is a constant change. And then, on the media side of it, Meta, for instance, will just raise their prices. So you may have
Ugh.
quoted to a client how much their cost per
Oh.
thousand their CPM is going to be.
Uh-huh.
By the time the campaign runs, they just decide to change it. So
Oh man.
profitability management. It's just a really complex, and there's a digital side of the media. So this would be stuff that you see on banner ads or, as you're scrolling through the internet or whatever.
Hmm.
That's much more widget focused. So that's not
Mm.
strategic and complicated as having a human content creator in the mix. That
Hmm.
is easier to do and execute. But there's so much more competition in that space because anyone and everyone can do it. So we do have that side of it too. That's easier. But this content creation, just, it's so difficult. The company I work for actually made an acquisition into studio created content. So we go in a studio and produce it. It looks like an influencer created it, but
Oh.
really
Uh-huh.
the brand had helped script it.
Oh.
And that's important for like pharmaceutical companies that have super
Oh.
regulatory approvals or alcohol
Hmm.
companies or even J&J consumer product, Kenvue now they're called. So they have very
Oh.
so those kind it so the look and feel of an authentic piece of content produced by you and me is still
Hmm.
important, but they just like to have a lot more control over it.
I can see that for those regulated brands or those regulated products that you have to say the right thing or you could kill somebody. I
Right,
mean,
exactly. But some of these brands, like, will not say the carbonated, beverage brands, but some of them are just like so strict, or you can't have talked
mm,
about our competitor for 10 years. I'm like, what? So some of the things just make it difficult. And I have said to clients before, I don't think you want influencer content. I think you just want to create branded content, and that's the realm you should be in and not try to pay someone to be authentic and influence their audience because you're
yeah,
making it fake.
it's not authentic.
Exactly. Like you have stripped away the influence side of it, it's gone. So now just go to a studio and produce it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a fine line to walk, and the brands want what they want. The influencers have an audience and a voice that they
Hmm.
protect as well. So
Yeah.
it keeps you on your toes. Keeps
Yeah,
people,
for sure. Well, and
yeah.
consumers, I think, are getting more savvy. I feel like they can feel that inauthenticity.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're okay with it.
Well,
If
so
it's a
far.
trendy schemy thing, like they're fine
Oh,
if it's a joke, right? Everyone's on some certain, jokes. They're
yeah.
okay with it. But and they've always been okay being advertised too, as long
Mm,
as it provides some value, and that's where the authenticity comes in. Like has to either be educational or entertaining or something. It can't just be cheesy and skeevy. You see content that looks forced,
oh,
like scroll. You just scroll right past it because it's gross.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
So,
sure. Can we talk about some of your travels?
oh, interesting travel story. Sunday night is
Well, yeah, okay. So tell me, I see these stories.
Yeah, so I traveled a lot for work for years
Huh?
until COVID. Like sometimes I didn't come home on weekends even because it was just
Mm.
easier to fly to the next place.
I remember seeing some of your posts about, oh, here we go. Some of the speed bumps along the way, maybe.
Yeah, I do have, well, there was a speed bump on Sunday, so I have a nickname. Can I swear on here? Can you? I don't know.
Sure.
My
We're not
nickname
censored.
is, okay, it's shit magnet because if something's gonna go wrong, it will happen to me. And it was mostly around travel related stuff because that's just
Uh-huh.
what stuff goes wrong, right? But Sunday we were coming back. My husband's daughter is at Cornell University, and we'd gone to, she's doing the wine agriculture program,
Oh, fun.
Ivy League fully paid for scholarship. Ivy League education and growing grapes for
I love it.
winemaking. I'm like, yes, this is these.
Enology.
And now it's
Yay.
back. So we went out there and we went wine tasting, and it was funny because I'd been on like a 2 month wine fast. I had not had any wine, so I was really looking forward to tasting wine. And I don't think this is where I'm going to go. This is not where you want to break a wine fast. New York wine is not. I mean, if you like Riesling, it's okay. There was some unoaked chard that I liked, and
Really?
yeah, there were a couple of those. There were probably my favorite wine of the day was a Riesling, but
Uh-huh.
I'm such a traditional like Napa Cab drinker that it was
Oh, yeah,
so
that's way different.
excited, Penny, to go drink red wine. It'd been 2 months since it had any alcohol. And then I got there and I was like, what do you mean there's no Cabernet today? Hadn't done any research. So anyway, we were flying back from Syracuse, a very short, like 36-minute layover in O'Hare. And I'm like, we're
Oh,
not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. And there was an elderly woman on the aisle, and then there was, of course, the aisle.
oh.
And then there was my husband in the aisle seat, and I was in the window seat. And she had a medical emergency on. She was probably, I think they said she was 76 or 78, and her daughters were on the plane. So I just saw her pass out and
Oh no.
see her, vomit on herself. And I turned around and I didn't see the part where she lifted her head and continued to vomit.
Oh no.
I looked down at my leg and I'm in the window seat across the aisle.
Oh my
I looked
God.
at my leg and I said to my husband, "What is that? What's on my leg?" And he's like, "Yes." I said, "Yes, what?" He was the same thing that's on both of my arms and my sweatshirt. It's on your leg. I mean, it was everywhere.
Oh my God.
No, and I thought, I don't miss travel.
Oh my God.
But we did, I mean, an O'Hare taxi is usually 20 minutes at O'Hare. And we got emergency taxied right to the gate off that plane. It was crazy. So,
Oh my God. And
yeah.
she's okay.
She's okay. It was so gruesome. She was just
Ah.
sick and sick. And then, you're looking at the flight attendants, and they're just sitting there. And the daughter's like, you need to call for a medic or something. So I had to yell at the flight attendant, I'm like, call over the PA for a medic. This woman is out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a little scary. I thought I was watching something very scary
Oh
happen.
yeah, that could have turned really bad.
Yeah. Which I don't know if you've been on a flight when that's happened before, but that's bad.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. They'll just, yeah, lay him right out in the aisle
Oh,
and do chest compressions, and it's terrifying. Yeah.
I have not witnessed that firsthand. No.
Okay. Yeah. It's not
Oh
fun.
my God. Okay.
So that's the fun part of travel. Where have you been
Mhm.
lately?
Well, we went to Belmond a few.
Yeah, that's just so fun to see you there. Big metropolis of 2,306 people. So,
Yes. Wow. Yeah. Well, it was fall festival or something going on that day downtown. Very fun. Then I saw it on social media. We happened to be in Clear Lake for a family reunion. Just decided to come down. Okay, so how you have the Ramsey boutique that you opened. How'd you how'd you manage that, or how did you decide to do that? Hello, friend. Let's be real. When's the last time you did something just for you? Enter Wine Camp 2026. We're talking wine tastings, fire pit chats, sunset dinner cruises, and zero cooking required. Just show up, sip something fabulous, and reconnect with the version of you who loves adventure, sisterhood, and a glass of local Riesling in hand. Sweet, dry, or both. No judgment here. We're heading to New York's gorgeous Finger Lakes, July 31st through August 2nd. And yes, it's as dreamy as it sounds. Secure your spot at pennyforyourshots.com/wine camp. Don't wait, room options are limited, and my crystal ball says we're going to sell out. Bring your besties or fly solo like the fabulous free spirit you are. You'll leave with new favorites either way. Wine Camp 2026 is calling. The only question is, are you in? Find out more at pennyforyourshots.com/wine camp.
So we had during COVID or before COVID, I started an ecom business. And I had always had a side hustle where I would consult with small businesses on social media because the role I'm in my corporate job, I'm not
Mhm.
hands-on keyboard, right? So I'm not the one doing the ad placement, creating the ads. I'm just brokering the deals and think
Okay.
strategy. And
Hmm.
then I tell someone else what we're trying to get done, and someone else makes the magic happen on the keyboard. So I started consulting with businesses. There was a wine store in Scottsdale
Nice.
that I did their content management for and helped them do a bunch of strategy. So it just helped me understand a little bit better behind the scenes what actually
Mm.
happens when someone goes into the Meta platform and tries to place media buys. Like now I know it because I do it myself. So I started an ecom business where we were doing drop ship from companies overseas. So basically
Mm.
taking out the middleman wholesaler and they would ship directly to clients. So I had the website, I place the order with them, they ship it directly to my clients. It shows up in, 10 days or whatever it was.
Hmm.
But then COVID hit. And now, if you remember all those shipping containers that were sitting out and it would take
Hmm.
weeks for the product to get delivered. I thought this model is not working anymore. And around that time, we had been wanting to come back and have a seasonal home in Belmond near my family because my brother had just moved back and started a family. And I've
Oh.
been gone for 20 some years. I've missed out on all these things. I kind of want to be here for part of this. So we came back and bought that building you came to on Main Street. And the idea
Hmm.
was it would just be a warehouse for product and we would continue this e-com model for
Ah.
shipping out orders that we get. But that building had a Main Street facing front window and door. And I thought,
Here we go.
what if we just did a little cosmetic update on this warehouse and turned it into a tiny boutique? And that's what we ended up doing.
It's so cute.
Thank you. It's a
So
passion
cute.
project. So we're in the middle of flipping over for holiday now. So we'll open our holiday open house on Saturday. My mom, who
Yes.
is a decorator. So been a really good partnership. So
Ah.
she go to market and make the purchases on the items. And then I stripped out all the fall a couple weeks ago, and then she comes in, I bring all the holiday stuff out and lay it out into what I call my merchandising stories. And then she spends 2 weeks
Oh,
decorating. In her mind, she just gets to decorate a boutique. And
that's so fun.
so I went in there yesterday and I'm like, Mom, it's like a little elf comes in and makes magic.
Ah.
Literally, she wants me to leave. So we plan, I'll leave town for a weekend. I'm out of her hair, she gets a process. And then I come back in and do some merchandising of it.
Yeah.
We just open a couple weekends a month. It's just, it's my
Yeah.
creative outlet and passion
Mm.
project. And it's a fun community thing. It's like I'm pretty active in the community. We're trying to pass a bond to build a new pool because our pool got shut down. So it's kind of a good
Hmm.
place to be in the center and hub of everything
Hmm.
because a lot of people come in, chit chat, and it's a really good place to network with people too in the community.
Yeah. It was a great place to grow up.
Yeah. Were you in Belmond?
We were on a farm outside between Belmond and Missouri.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just north of the church.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was
Yeah. Just,
farming in a field there the other day. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good place to grow up.
Yeah. I tell people it was a great place to grow up, but I wouldn't want to visit.
Mhm.
Not
Now,
much going
talk to
on.
someone I know, but I got to tell you, we spend half the year in Scottsdale, which
Uh
is
huh.
crazy, buzzing, as busy as you want it to be. We say Scottsdale's for friends and Iowa's for family.
Ah.
Mind the low key season
Hmm.
here. It's kind of nice to slow down once in a while. You don't have to have
Yeah.
a fancy car. You don't have to wear, in fact, if you wear fancy clothes, you kind of get looked at sideways. It's the
Hmm.
complete opposite of Scottsdale,
Oh.
sometimes it's called, where everyone's trying to keep up with, it's just a
Oh.
different vibe. So I
Yeah.
don't mind it. I don't know that I would love it full time, but
Right.
we don't we don't dislike it. It's just kind of an exhale when we get here, which is
Oh, yeah. Can see that. Well, plus the weather in the summer is
better than Arizona.
pretty darn good. Yeah. How did you convince Tad to come back?
I'm a salesperson, Ben.
Well, there you go.
convince him to come back in November, I think is when we. So he would come back with me for July 4th,
Yes.
Christmas every year, and maybe, one other time during the year in between. So he was seeing the best of it, right? So I don't
Yes.
know better to be than July 4th in Belmond, Iowa. It's just such a,
That is the best place to be on the 4th of July.
yeah. I mean, fireworks, like incredible fireworks and the
Uh-huh.
parade and just all these, it's magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's always said, he grew up in Southern California, like, just
Wow.
he was always like, yeah, I could do that. I think I could do that. And we had really wanted the home we're in now, which my grandmother, my dad's mom, was living in. And
Uh,
I thought, gosh, this would be great. It's on the golf course. He would love it. But my brother had moved back, started a family, and she's living in the house. And I thought, I'm just kind of ready to be back. And I was back visiting, and my dad's a realtor in town, and
oh.
I can see it out my window. There's a condo, two doors,
Uh-huh.
and he had had that condo listed for sale for a year, and said, I just need to check on it because the woman who owns it lives in Arizona and she's not here. So I went in with him to look at it, and I was like, huh, I'll buy this. This is great. So it was just going to be a seasonal thing. So I think we bought that in November. And this is not a joke. My grandmother took her walker from this house where I'm sitting now and just walked two doors down the day we closed on it,
Uh-huh.
walked up the front steps of the condo I just bought, and she said, huh, I like that you got something new. I think I want to move and get something new. I'm like, what? I would have just bought your house. Like,
Oh my God. Is that Lois?
Lois. Yeah,
Oh
she's
my God.
feisty. And I was like, are you serious, Grandma? Buy your house and say, I just bought this one. And it had sat on the market for a year before
Oh,
she did. She moved. She moved
oh,
to the townhome, the condos at the other end of the neighborhood here. And we ended up buying her house, and we were selling our condo within 2 weeks of it being on the market. So we lucked out, that all
oh
worked.
gosh.
Yeah. My
Wow.
dad really he liked a small town. He wanted to be on the golf course. He does. He's golfing already. He's golfing right now, I think.
Oh,
He's garage door that goes up out in the number 7 fairway, and he golfs all day.
oh, that's perfect.
So he likes it. He does definitely need to have his Arizona time too.
Uh-huh.
The weather here kind of gets him down. He prefers more of the sunshine. We're big hikers. There's a
Mm,
lot of hiking, mountainous hiking to do
yeah.
in North Scottsdale. So, but yeah, that was it. He liked the small town. In fact, I think what it was, Penny, we were back in the summer. It was probably in July, and
Uh-huh.
Clemmy has had like ag days, or they had something going on in the summer.
Uh-huh.
My younger brother drove us the back gravel roads between Belmond and Clemmy. Probably, what is that, 15 miles maybe, or
Maybe. Uh-huh.
20. And the sun was setting, and it was
Oh,
beautiful late summer. And I remember he looked at me and he goes, okay, uh, I can do it. I'm like,
that's
okay.
how we get you.
That's how we get you. Exactly. That's how we get you. So yeah,
Yep.
so it's kind of been, wanted to come here. And it's interesting because Scottsdale, we're actually in a very small community called Cave Creek, which is at the
Uh-huh.
far north end. I always say you go out to Cave Creek, you go to a restaurant, you sit at a bar, and you meet people at the bar that you kind of know, but maybe don't know them at all. You have a nice conversation, and nobody knows
Mhm.
anything about you until you get in the parking lot. And one person just gets in their like SUV, normal car, and drives.
Yeah.
Someone else gets in their, Bugatti and drives
Oh,
away.
jeez.
Gets on their horse and rides home. Like you don't know who's got the horse and who's got the really expensive. Everyone just kind of normal there.
Uh-huh.
So we love Cave Creek. But he likes to be there because it's more the social thing, the hiking, there's mountains up there. So he kind of really needs to have both of those. So do I. But it's my family here and my little nieces,
Yeah.
so for me, I just want to squeeze them up as long as I can.
Yeah. I get that.
It's
Yeah, for sure.
called sleepover season where it's like, a couple months before we'll leave for the season. I just try and have sleepovers every Friday night. And he's just ready to have my wife back. I'm like, oh, I got, sleepovers.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes November worth it because November, I feel like in Iowa is always it's kind of dreary, kind of always just this taupe. Everything's taupe.
And windy.
Mm,
With the wind here, it's just so windy.
yeah.
damp and miserable, but there's no snow.
I know,
No.
well, it's not pretty yet. The snow hasn't kind of washed everything. It's still just gray and
Yeah, yeah.
brown.
November is sad.
Yeah. Wah, wah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been good to come back, like be involved in the community, something small like this,
Mm-hmm.
where in North Scottsdale, it's like you're just a cog, you feel
Oh.
quite disconnected to community.
Mm-hmm.
Here it's been, we're just on boards and nonprofits and just everything you do,
Mm.
see the output of the work that you're doing.
Oh, nice.
It just hits different.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and you're making a difference there. You've got
Yeah,
family and ties.
that's true. That's true. It definitely impacts what we're doing, impacts the people around us too that we know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. So I have a confession to make
Mhm.
about New York wines.
Okay.
So I do this retreat for women called Wine Camp.
Okay. Fun.
And yeah, I take people to off the beaten path
Okay.
wine regions. And, everybody's, well, if you're a wine lover, you've probably been to Napa. You've probably been to maybe Washington or Oregon. Some of those places are more well known, but people don't think of like Texas Hill Country or Virginia or Finger Lakes. So
Where it was, Finger Lakes. Are you taking a wine retreat there?
I'm taking them to Finger Lakes. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's next summer. It's July 30th through August 2nd.
Okay.
And I've taken over an entire resort,
Big retreat.
big retreat. Yeah, well, 30 of us. Yeah, the resort will hold 30. So, yeah, we're going to have 2 days of wine tours, shopping experiences around the area. Going to finish with a sunset boat cruise on Seneca Lake.
Nice.
Going to be
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
30 people. That's bigger than what some wineries can even hold there, it looked like.
Well, yeah, we're going to get creative with how we do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Super fun.
Very fun. Yeah. Just a lot of connection and girl time and, meeting some new friends and having just a lot of fun together.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where my stepdaughter, will be working next summer.
Oh, yeah.
Be one of the places we went to the winery where she had her hands on the grapes that we were drinking, which was
Oh my
kind of cool.
God.
Yeah.
I need to talk to her.
Yeah. I'll connect you guys.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'll get her on the podcast even and talk about,
Oh,
the area and the grapes and the whole thing. Yeah, build it up a little bit.
oh yeah, that would be a great idea because she knows
Yeah.
all that. I mean, we've been drinking wine and going to Napa and Sonoma, those places for 20 years, but I
Hmm.
hear her talk about it, and I'm like, okay, chemist. I don't know what
Yeah,
you
it's
said to me, but I just know about grapes and
uh-huh.
fermentation at high level. But she had
Yeah.
all this technology down, and I thought, okay,
I'm gonna geek out for sure with her because
I'll connect you guys.
yeah, I love to highlight women in the industry, especially because it's been, a lot of men most of the time, but now women have better palates, have more finesse. It's a lot more, it's just fantastic to see women taking the reins.
That's funny. She said she's the only, well, now that she was at a community college before this that specialized in wine and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
technology, but she was the only female in her class. She said,
Really?
so we met a bunch of, we would go back to the cellar room or whatever, and a bunch of the men
Uh-huh.
were there. And I'm like, where are the, no, she goes, I was the only woman.
Oh.
So yeah, not a lot. I did see another woman in the lab at Cornell when we were there
Mm-hmm.
doing testing on the Riesling that they were working on. But yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I've heard Cab Franc is a big
We did try some
very
Cab
pop.
Franc because I was like,
Yes.
Kimberly, I want Cab. She's like, I can get you Cab Franc. It's different than what I've normally had. It's
It's
just
not a Cabernet Sauvignon.
so but honestly, because I thought Penny, that's what I would like more because I really wanted that red wine. I was just romancing the
Yeah. Yep.
uh but I did say my favorite wine of the day was a Riesling.
Yeah. When you get a good one, they are really complex. Lots of layers of flavor, that little bit of mineral and almost petroleum kind of, and that doesn't sound very good,
Oh,
but
it's
it is.
petrol on the nose for sure. It was.
Yeah.
Oh, and we were at this, gosh, I've got to find, it was our favorite stop of the day, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll get it to you. But they do not do any manipulation on the wines. They're not
Mm.
adding, they're just are letting it be what it is, which is interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
In 2023 Riesling and 2024,
Uh-huh.
they were like completely different wines,
Wow.
totally different wines, but they were both Riesling from the same vineyard,
Yeah.
a year apart, just no extra yeast or whatever, in there. It was just
Yeah. Just wild yeast. Wow. That's just so fun to try. That's how you learn, I think, about a grape too, is, try them side by side from different vintages, different vineyards, different producers. But you can really see a difference when you put them side by side.
yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
It's kind of wine tasting is just fun.
it
I
is
really
fun.
when I first started going to Napa, I was all into the tasting, and then at some point, 20 some years later, we were just drinking. I said to my husband, I haven't tasted wine. I feel just like we just drink it. That's kind of where, you know? And I walked in, I mentioned this wine store in Cave Creek that I
Oh
had done
yeah.
for years. And I walked in there on a Tuesday afternoon during the, middle of the day one time. And there was a man, just this one man in there. And this was last year. And he was sitting there with a notebook and taking notes. And I introduced myself. And he said, well, sit down with me and taste this wine that I'm tasting. I sit here every day and taste a bottle of wine and take notes. And so, well, walk me through your process because it had been a lot, literally probably 20 years since I did the,
Mm.
all the
Mhm.
notes. And I'm not kidding you. It was 2 hours and one and a half glasses of wine. That's how slowly we tasted and talked about, and we, debated what we tasted,
Yes.
different palate history than I do. And I kept saying, what do you lick wet rocks? Like, why are you getting wet rocks on everything? We would make jokes about it, but I came home and said to Tad, like, I just tasted. He goes, what do you mean? You taste wine all the time? No, we just drink wine. I tasted a glass and a half of wine for 2 hours with this gentleman. It was wonderful. I miss
I
it.
love that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Geek out on it.
But I mean, just all the different things once you open your mind and
Oh
think
yeah.
about what's going down the hatch,
Yeah.
it's
Savor it.
it's different than, oh, I like this or this is good. It's got much more, layers to it. I just don't take the time to do that sometimes.
Well, yeah, I think most of us don't take the time. Well, and the same is true of food.
True.
I
True.
would eat fewer M&Ms if I just tasted them.
Well, I just got my third bag of Halloween candy because the first two were gone. But I will say I got laughed at the grocery store because I also bought a tube of toothpaste. I'm buying candy and toothpaste. I'm like, I know, it's balance, you guys. It's
Yeah.
all about balance.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, we are recording this like what, 2 days before Halloween?
Yeah, 29th. So yeah.
It is the 29th. Yep. This is why I don't buy candy for Halloween because I'd eat it.
Well, my strategy has for years has been to buy plain M&Ms because I'm not a big
Oh.
chocolate eater. I don't really
Oh.
like M&M, like they're not my
Mhm.
favorite. So then they just sit there and they'll sit there till next year. I just won't eat them. This year, I love candy. And this year I bought those dang nerd cluster candies. Those are the
Oh.
nerd clusters.
I have not had one myself, but I've seen them.
Oh my gosh. Do yourself a favor and don't start. They are so good. And so yeah, now I'm on my third bag. Trying to go through those. But
No
we've
judgment.
so my mom's neighborhood in Belmond, they call it Candy Cane Lane. And I have seen it stand. I've been there helping her hand out candy, and she will do a head count for how many people stop in. She'll count it, and she'll have 350 people.
Dang.
We just talked about the population of Belmont,
Right.
people. So that's a pretty high percentage of people that come through. Our neighborhood is on the golf course, fewer homes, and I'll leave we'll be here for a little bit, but then we'll
Uh-huh.
go to my brother's house for a traditional thing with their girls only.
Uh-huh.
I'll put a bucket of candy out in the driveway and we'll come home and it's still full of candy. No one even comes
What?
know what the deal is, but 350 people at my mom's, and we'll have 10. They don't come to our neighborhood.
People haven't gotten the memo that you leave a bucket out there.
No, not apparently, because then guess who's got to eat it?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So we're doing candy at the boutique next week too, is what'll happen. There'll be
Oh,
the people.
oh, there you go.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so tell me a little bit about the pool project too. I've been seeing some of it on Facebook and Instagram.
We are so close. So when we moved back here, our pool in Belmond, I mean, if
Hmm.
you swam in the pool, you were
Oh,
so
yeah.
7 years old, and it was having so many issues that 2 years ago they kept closing. So this would have been my second year living back in Belmont in the summer. They would have to close the pool because there were constant issues breaking.
Really?
And I had just moved back, and a friend of mine's mother had fallen and had a brain hemorrhage. And we had
Ooh.
a group of friends of us, had done a fundraiser for her. And I mean, this is a testament to who they are as, in the community. But the group of
Hmm.
women worked together, and we raised $50,000 in one night from
Oh,
this small
wow.
community. And so we were like, you know what? That kind of felt good. What is our next cause going to be? So
Mm.
group. We were sitting actually at Donna's bar in
Oh,
Missouri. We were on our way back from the Clear Lake Fall Festival, and we were bellied up to the bar on our way home, having one beer on the way home. And we thought, let's just fix this pool. I think we can go, I think we can raise enough money to fix whatever's wrong with the swimming pool. So we approached the city as a committee, and they said, sure, we've just had an analysis done and we'll see how much money it's going to cost to fix all the problems. But once you open that can of worms, now you get coded to the state. You have to bring everything up to code. And this was a 67-year-old pool. So they had a budget to fix it
oh.
of $1.4 million. And that
Uh-huh.
did not include finding or fixing the 30,000 gallon a day leak of water.
Whoa.
So the city said, we're not even going to reopen this. The pool's closed. We're never going to open it again. It's too old. That's too much money. And they didn't tell us that.
Mm.
We
Oh.
Everybody else did. And we had, been working to raise money. And so we quickly regrouped and I said, okay, who's in? Now we're going to build a pool. This is another animal. Um,
Hmm.
$6 million, $5 to $6 million to build it.
Dang.
And every one of them raised their hand and said, okay, we're in, let's do this. Because
Mm.
kids or, they gotta have a pool.
It's kind of the community center in
It is.
summertime. Hmm.
It is. And on my sales career side of it, every year, I mean, we're selling $8 to $10 million, or I am, just in media and campaigns a year. We did $2 million in 8 months for this pool.
Dang.
I have never been more proud of any kind of sale or accomplishment that this group has done in 8 months from a town of 2,000 people. So the amount of generosity from those people that stepped in and gave huge sums of money, small businesses gave huge sums of money, grants, huge sums,
Mm.
just a tremendous amount that came in a very, very short period of time was
Mm.
incredible. So we've got just over $2 million raised on hand. Our budget is 5.2 is what we, have for the pool budget, and we're asking the community to approve a bond for $3 million. And that will almost get us there. There's another grant we'll be eligible to apply for, but we have to pass this bond vote
Mm.
for that to happen. So,
Yeah. And what does that mean for the voters? Like, what does that, how will you raise that money?
so we've got the 2 million raised. We need 3 million more. That will be this bond, and
Hmm.
the city will sell off bonds basically and
Okay.
add debt to what the city already has as debt. So the biggest concern, the biggest, what I call it, a battle, the biggest challenge. I'll probably never work on a government project again. It's been very challenging. You think so
Oh.
many rules about things you can't do. Like we had an electrical company that said, I'll provide electrical services in kind, and the government won't let you accept it because it's a government project over a certain dollar amount. So it's like, gosh, it just makes it difficult.
Oh.
I felt like the entire 2 years I've been on this project, it's been navigating this labyrinth
Hmm.
of things we can and cannot do. A lot of mental exercise. Um, but we got to a point we actually I believe we actually really impressed the city financial planner who's based in West Des Moines because this group had raised so much money. He was like, holy smokes, I've never seen anything like it. And like we've got this challenge. No one wants their taxes to go up. And the tax
Hmm.
up, like $2.98 a month or whatever it was.
Mm.
And we got on the phone with him in December and just started I call it skull crushing, like really getting together and trying to figure out how can we make this work. And he figured out a way to layer the debt in. So there's old debt that falls off, and there's
Ah,
debt that goes on, so the tax rate remains steady. Now, there's a difference a couple times where the tax rate would jump up, but he's using local option sales tax to pay down that delta
oh, nice.
even. And it was just a genius way. And he figured out if he does the pool and there's a huge repair on one of our main thoroughfares that needs to get done, if he couples those two together, there's a better interest rate and it's just
Mm,
better. So he really figured it out and how to do this. So now I don't think there's any reason to vote against it, except that people mistrust city government. So I'm hearing
mm,
are you sure the taxes won't go up? I'm like, well, here's the tax plat for the next 25 years showing it going down,
uh-huh.
not going up. And they just don't believe it. There's just mistrust in government, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking carloads of people that I want to make sure get to the polls on Tuesday. Took the day off of my job just to make sure that people get out there and vote because it's time. And if we don't pass it this year, we already had a year delayed because some petitions were put forth, and that delayed it, right?
Oh,
So every year we delay it, it costs us $200,000 just for
yeah.
paperwork, you know.
Dang.
A slide is $200,000. So if we don't pass it this year, we can't have a slide, those kinds of things. So
Oh, gosh.
hopefully it gets done. But I've learned so much from this process that I do think it's propelled me in a couple of things. Leading this committee and organizing it and getting, moved into a leadership role about a year and a half ago. And I thought, okay, I like leading people from actually formally doing it was enjoyable. And I think my next gig might be in corporate fundraising. I mean, it just hits
Nice.
different when you're raising money for something that impacts the community or benefits an underprivileged group. It hits so much different than, not that I don't love my customers and what I'm doing, but it just hits different than
Mm-hmm.
selling soda.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It has a little bit different feeling in your gut.
The impact is
Uh,
greater. Yeah.
yeah,
Feels good.
it does feel good.
Something else that's really cool is the committee coming together and solving problems over a beer.
Isn't that fun?
It's very fun. Yeah.
I mean, so when our friend's mom had that accident, it was just like, oh my gosh, she had extensive rehab
Mhm.
so that fundraiser, and I think we'd never done this before. We'd never done this big, none of us had done one of these things and
Uh-huh.
just kind of came together and clicked. And we looked at each other at Donna's at the
Mm-hmm.
bar, said, we all kind of liked it. It felt good to do it. We
Mm-hmm.
think we have a knack for it. Where else can we take it? And that's just it's I'm not going to say it's been roses the whole time. This has been a very stressful project.
Oh, sure.
Had timelines and deadlines. So my next project will probably not have timelines and deadlines on it. We're already working on it, but this one did, and it feels a little bit different pressure. And some people don't perform well under pressure, and other people
Mm.
step up and pull. It feels like you're pulling people along. So it hasn't been easy,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it has been rewarding, I think, for
Mm.
yeah.
For sure. You'll have to let me know how it goes on Tuesday.
Well, you'll know.
I'll watch. Yeah, I'll be watching.
We put it on the socials. So
Yeah.
put the good vibes out there. We need this back.
Yes. Sending them to Belmond.
Yeah, yeah. You.
Yes. Okay. So we've been talking about really fun things, and you mentioned Cabernet. You love Cabernet, but at the end of every podcast conversation, I love to ask, "What's your favorite cocktail or glass of wine?" So, other than Cabernet, do you have another favorite?
I mean, I feel like there's so many, and it would just make me so just alcoholic if I started.
There's no judgment on my podcast.
Um, okay, so I love wine, and I, really love. There's a Cabernet Sullivan. Actually, it's a Merlot that we love, but we just love, very earthy red wines.
Mm.
But I did get into tequila a few years ago.
Mm.
And actually, in Arizona, there are about four of us that have birthdays in February, and we always go to
Uh-huh.
a thing. We went to a tequila tasting and got schooled on.
It's a whole thing.
I was bougie drinking that, clear tequila, and they're like, "No,
Mhm.
that's not.
Blanco.
Yeah, the Blanco's not where it's at. It's Reposado." I'm like, "What?" I didn't take my college mindset of brown tequila and put that on the shelf over here and like reopen my
That's a different animal. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, and so yeah, actually really kind of enjoy and just neat. Sometimes I'll salt
Yeah.
my on a neat glass with tequila on the
Mm.
rocks, but I don't do margaritas. I don't, it doesn't make my
Yeah.
stomach feel well. I just like
Yeah.
nice.
Too
Yeah.
much acid and sugar in margaritas.
Things don't set well as I get older, so I got to be careful.
Oh, girl.
Oh, what the heck?
I know.
Everything is off. I don't sleep. And that's too, like, I didn't have drink for 2 months here,
Yeah.
thinking,
What's that about?
well, if I drink now, I don't sleep. I'm at this phase with my hormone level
Oh,
being crazy. If I drink, I'm not sleeping. So I took 2 months off thinking I'd get to sleep through the night. One of these,
yeah.
the night, 4 nights in 2 months. I still am not sleeping.
Okay. Well, that's kind of, in my mind, that's a good thing. Then I don't have to stop drinking.
Right. So that's not going to help. Keep having your wine.
It's
Um,
okay. Have a glass.
I know. I know. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite. If someone has nice tequila,
Mm,
I'll do that. Otherwise, it'll be a glass of wine. And I
okay.
want to point to Penny where we had went to Italy and we did a tour with this private
Mhm.
tour guide. And I remember him saying to us, I said something about we had this nice, this is what it was. It was our Sullivan wine. It's expensive wine, but we had saved it for years because we only want it for special occasions. And we
Uh-huh.
went to a vacation on we had a riverfront property. We corked that first bottle of wine. It was vinegar.
No.
Corked the second bottle of wine. It was vinegar. We thought, oh
No.
no, our wine has gone off. So that Giancarlo had said to us, drink the good wine on Tuesdays. Life is too short. You never know if Wednesday's going to come.
I
So,
used to say something very similar. Like, this is my Tuesday wine.
well, someone used to say to me, "What do you drink on Tuesdays?" And then after that Giancarlo statement, when we
Uh-huh.
were, I'm like, I drink the good stuff on Tuesdays because
Whatever I want.
drink will just because it's not Saturday.
Life's too short for that.
Is. But we got home from that trip and we thought, oh my God, our good wine is going off. We better drink it. So we started drinking. I mean, we were drinking like $20 bottles of wine, and now these are not $20 bottles of wine. Drinking those every day, and it's very hard. It ruined us. It's very hard to go back.
It is very hard to go back.
So, but that's what I say. Life's too short to eat to drink swill. So just drink good stuff and drink
Hmm.
lots of it, maybe.
And enjoy it.
Enjoy every sip. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Savor it.
No.
Mm.
Now that I was reintroducing how to taste it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a favorite memory shared with friends?
A favorite memory. Oh no, this is so broad. A favorite memory shared with friends.
Our family.
Um, I feel like everything's about alcohol, but
Not opposed.
yeah. Um, So a couple years ago, gosh, maybe 2 summers ago, some very good friends of ours from Minneapolis,
Hmm.
who actually she was a client of mine through my advertising business. And I remember she said to me one day, I'm gonna have to tell you no on this advertising plan, but I hope that we can be friends outside of work. And her husbands get along, and so we travel together. So we had met in Napa and gone to Yosemite um, 10 years earlier. Is that right? 10 years earlier, we had done this trip. And now it was 10 years after that, we were redoing the same trip again, but we invited some more friends of ours, like
Oh,
another
fun.
couple who had since moved from Minneapolis. They were now in Seattle. So we all met in Yosemite and then went wine tasting in
Mm.
California. We brought them, it was interesting because Tad and I had gone to Sullivan the first time we went to Napa, which was 20 some years ago. And we've been a member for 20 years. And we said, we're bringing friends. We haven't been back to the
Mhm.
winery. We're bringing friends. Can we do a tasting? And Napa tastings are like maybe they're $25 a person
Yeah.
now. They used to be free. And if you buy points,
Hmm.
you waive it. And they said to us, okay, we will reserve the tasting room for you. I'm like, I don't know that you need to do that. And she said, well, we only have private tastings is what we do so we can cater to the attention to the people that are there. I said,
Okay.
when we were there 20 years ago, it was just like a folding table outside, but that's
Yeah.
not. And she said, so it'll be $350 a person. I said, oh my God, no.
What?
we're not gonna go. We're not gonna go. And she looked us up and she's like, well, I've had you as a wine member in here since 2015. I said, no, it was like 2004. I was out there.
Hmm.
She was like, oh, we revamped our database in 2015. We didn't even go back that far anymore. But you haven't been here since then and taken advantage of any of the things we do. So bring your group and we'll just taste you for free because,
I would say so.
right? So, wow, was that the most amazing
Mm.
wine tasting we've ever
Yeah.
was beautiful room, beautiful setting. Gorgeous. Of course, they all joined the wine club too. Then it was
Oh, yeah.
really nice. But oh, what we walked around the pond and we laughed so hard. But they just let us have fun, 'cause it's
Yeah.
not in front of anyone that we need to. It's not
Yeah.
like there. It's a private tasting, so there's nobody else on premises except us. We could
Yeah.
be. It was a good time. So yeah, that was
That
that.
sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
was that? What winery?
Called Sullivan.
Sullivan. Okay.
It is. They're really good Merlots.
Mm.
What's that movie line? I will not drink effing Merlot. We do. We love it. And we love it.
I love a good Merlot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This that's good juice. So
Yeah. Yes, good juice. It's go juice.
it is. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want to share?
Oh, I think this has been great. I didn't know
This
this
has been so fun.
was fun. I'm going to introduce you to Kaylee, and I want to hear
Yes,
more about
please.
this wine trip that you guys put together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's been growing every year and just a really great time for girlfriends to connect.
You're the organizer of the trip.
Hmm.
This is,
Yeah.
do you just do one a year?
One a year. Yeah.
I know some people that will go to take people to Italy and more of a food base more than wine base.
Yeah.
Sounds like a very similar kind of
Yeah. We'll do some food things too.
consider Arizona wine country. And you're gonna laugh at me when you hear this, but if you go
No.
out, Food and Wine, I think it was a year ago, wrote them up as the next wine frontier. Uh,
Uh-huh.
there, there's some not so good wineries, but there are some
Well,
excellent, excellent wineries down there. Probably four or five, and it's beautiful
mm,
country. It's like rolling hills with wheat colored grass and
mm.
periwinkle blue sky. It's just stunning scenery down there.
I
So,
love the desert Southwest. It's so gorgeous in Arizona.
yeah.
Jeff and I were down there mm, more than 20 years ago and went to a couple of wineries. I want to say, is it Benson? Is
That's
Benson?
right. You were down there. You were down
Yeah. Was that
there.
it?
No, so Sonoyta is the area down there.
Okay.
And it's interesting. A lot of the tasting rooms are down in Sonoyta, but the Benson area is where a lot of the fields are.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We drove through there and tasted some wines. They were good even then.
Well, it's totally different landscape now. It's
Mm,
totally changed. It is. It's interesting. There's a rancher community and there's the wine growing community. And I don't know
okay.
but that's all
Ooh.
there is down there. So it's interesting. God, this was a fun memory. I was down there wine tasting with a girlfriend of mine 3 years ago. And I'm gonna forget the name of the Grammy winning group that he was in. I'll tell you in a second while I look this up. But we went to the steakhouse. There's like one steakhouse at
Uh-huh.
all in this place. It's a tiny little town. And it was really weird. It was like we were in the bar and there was a little pony wall that went to the restaurant. And in the back of the restaurant was a band playing. So you could see
Uh-huh.
we were in the bar. And there was this older gentleman sitting at the bar, and everyone that came in would take their cowboy hat off and shake this man's hand. It's like kissing the ring.
Wow.
And everyone that worked behind the bar, they were beautiful looking people, good looking. I thought, God, we're in Sonoya. We're in the middle of rancher nowhere land. What's going on?
Cowboy Mafia?
I thought there was this one gentleman that was prettier than the rest of the people working at the bar. I'll just say that he had piercing blue eyes, a red bandana tied tight around his neck,
Oh,
denim shirt that was opened up a little bit. And I thought, God, he just looks different than the rest of them. The band started playing a song. Okay, Midland. Have you heard of the group Midland?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar too much.
There was a song I recognized. The band
Uh-huh.
started playing that song, and this little bit different looking cowboy from behind the bar jumps over the pony wall from the bar and goes on stage and grabs the mic from this guy that's singing the song. and
Oh,
starts singing. He's the lead singer from the group Midland, and this cover band was singing his song.
oh my God.
Cover band didn't know so we said to our waitress, "What is going on?" And she's like, "Oh, that old man that everyone's shaking hand, that's Mr. Weistrach, he owns this bar, and his whole family's in town for a reunion. So they're all working behind the bar, and his son is the lead singer for Midland."
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to send you his profile to look at. And
Okay.
he was remarkably different than anybody else in that bar.
Okay.
What? And so we went back the next year with our husband to recreate this experience.
Uh-huh. Just, yeah. You can't do it's yeah. That was a magical moment.
It's a magical moment. I thought, God, that was a good time. That's probably my favorite fun memory about one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to have to include all these links in the show notes so people can go look this all up.
I'll make sure we put his profile on there too. So
Okay. Okay.
you'll be thanking me for that.
I will. Okay. Oh gosh. Aimee, this has been so fun.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we may have to have a sequel at some point because I feel like we have more to say.
I would love that. Thank you for inviting me. It was very nice chatting with you.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye. That's a wrap on this episode of Penny for Your Shots. If you loved today's conversation, don't let the inspiration stop here. Get my weekly insider updates straight to your inbox. It's where I spill behind the scenes goodies, exclusive tips, and all the fun stuff I don't always share on the podcast. Sign up now at pennyforyourshots.com/insider. I'll see you in your inbox next Thirsty Thursday. Cheers.